Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone's doing fine this beautiful morning. I'm a bit late to the stream, I know, because I had a lot of stuff to do today, and I also know that you guys can't see me for now. Just give me a second and I'll just get installed here, and I'll just activate my webcam. But I really need to get installed first because I just got back. I just got home and I grabbed something to eat real quick, and then hold on, just bear with me. All right, I think I'm ready, but let me check one more time. Laptop, webcam, activate. Woo! Hello everyone. All right, so what are we looking at today? 30-minute time frame, and actually 5-minute time frame. And I really want to go through the reasons of me taking this trade. All right, so I guess it's pretty obvious, and for those who don't think it's obvious, I'll just make it obvious. Don't you guys worry. So we're looking at SMT divergence, and we've had gold rejecting from the CB, creating a lower high, silver creating a higher high, and rejecting after that. Now, the entry would have been once the 9 a.m. candle closed on a 5-minute chart. However, I was not, available because, like I said, I just got home and I grabbed something to eat really fast. And then as I was getting ready for the live stream, I've noticed that we had this rejection here off of that fair value gap, so my missed entry. But then this move to the downside created another fair value gap, this one 905, and then we nicely rejected off of it. So I took another entry. Not another, but I've actually entered the trade. So what I'm targeting with this is basically this bullish fair value gap here. And yeah, that's what I'm hoping to get as a target. And that's basically going to be like a first take profit level. That's also like a perfect 2R, as you guys can see. So I'm pretty much expecting price to continue to move lower. Also, if we're going to look on the daily chart, let me zoom in a bit. If we're going to look at the daily chart, we're going to see that gold swept yesterday's high and Friday's high, and then it started to reject from there, which is something that silver did not do. So silver today did not sweep yesterday's high. So we are looking at lower high on silver and higher high with a rejection on gold. So basically it's like gold swept the buy side above Friday's high and Monday's high today, and then it just started to reject from there. And we can actually go here and see So you can see this one in here, like it was like such an obvious thing that occurred. And I think it was around here, something like that. Yeah. Okay, so this is going really nice. Honestly, I would love to see price, you know, break under yesterday's low and maybe even more than that, but we'll see. You know what? I think I want to make this indicator, the kill zones indicator, I want to make it visible on the 1 hour chart as well. How the heck do I do that? Hours. Every 24 hours. What? Okay, I don't know. If you guys have any idea how I can make the kill zone indicator be visible on my 1 hour time frame as well in TradingView, please do let me know. I would really appreciate it. Oh, almost hitting take profit. You know what? I haven't checked on a bigger time frame to see if there is another overlapping fair value gap here where my target would basically be. So I have this on a 1 hour. It's the same level on the 30 minutes. And it's the exact same thing on the 15 minutes as well. You know what? I also want to mark the open price of yesterday's 9:30. Okay, so this is yesterday 9:30 open. Okay. Honestly, I would definitely expect for price to move even lower more. I would really love to see it, like I said a little earlier, I would really love to see it break yesterday's low, which would mean around 26.97. Sorry, oh my god, 32.97. But I'm also, you know, I want to pay attention to the bodies of the candles here at 33.09. Yeah. Also, you know what I can't see? I can't see where did I mark 12 a.m. yesterday. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's this one. 12 a.m. 12. So it's here. It's just marking 12 minute open, and let's do the same for gold, for silver. Okay. And you know what? I also think that I want to mark. Oh, so Monday open coincides with June true open, so it doesn't make sense for me to mark that right now. And what about here? Oh, it's already past that on silver. Okay. Okay. Pretty cool stuff going on. I just wanted to continue to move lower. I remember yesterday in here at the high of the London session, yesterday on the 5 minutes we had like relatively equal highs. Yeah, here they are. And I would really hate to see price here stumbling upon those right now and just rejecting from here. I would really hate to see it do that. So yeah, let's not think about that. Because it just reached there, as you can see. You know, judging by the fact that the majority of yesterday's range started from 9:30 a.m. open yesterday. I'm thinking that that's basically where some sort of bullish order block or like some sort of something like this would be. So that's why I'm going to consider taking partials, most of profit, once we hit the BISI over here. I just hope it's going to do that and it's just not going to reject from those relatively equal highs that it broke yesterday at the high of the London session, because just look at it here. It seems to be, like I said, stumbling upon it. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna get ready to take partial. I'm gonna take 90% off. Yeah, I'm taking partial. I am. Someone says you can remove all those level numbers from the right axis if you like. Okay, so you're saying just to make it visible on a 1 hour chart, because right now I can't see it on the 1 hour. It's not visible. Okay, so almost reaching there. Almost reaching there. And so far, this has been how much? 80 plus bit move, 90, almost 90 bit move. Not bad. Okay, so guys, do you remember that there was an active poll? So you're gonna have to vote again, because I'm gonna ask you guys to vote for the whole week, so that starting from next Monday, we're gonna know exactly what type of challenge I'm gonna be doing here on the channel. Just repeating the poll from yesterday. What did it sound like? It was like, what kind of challenge would you like to see here on the channel would you like to see here during the live streams? And we had option number 1. We had trade small account with own funds, and option number 2, trade prop account to first payout. Okay. Okay, so guys, please vote. Yesterday's results were obviously you guys voted for trade a prop account and take it to the first payout. That was the winning thing. And we're gonna see what is your preference. So for the whole week, you know, from a fundamental standpoint, from a fundamental perspective, there's going to be little to no news this week. It's we're only going to have like jobless claims on Thursday and nothing else till then. I don't know. I was looking at my FX book economic calendar. If you guys use a different source for, you know, information about news events and stuff like that, and you've noticed something else like red folder news on a different day other than just on Thursday, do let me know in the comments. Okay, so the 1 hour candle closed, and it closed very bearish. I would definitely love to see the next one continue to move bearish. We'll see. Okay, so I've taken partial profit, 90% off. You know, even though it did not reach that fair value gap yet, I'm totally fine with the profit. And I'm also going to bring stop loss at break even for the remaining. And right now I am running risk free. Okay, it's probably going to move lower. But I'm absolutely happy with the profit made today, so yeah. I still have 10% runner running. So that's fine. And obviously it's going to go further to the downside, of course. You know, I think I need some sort of how do you guys call that? Like some sort of sound effects that I should play every time I get like a win or a loss, because you know I'm not going to be exempt from losses, obviously. That would be really nice. Now, I want you to take a look at something. See how this inversion fair value gap here, this one. See how this inversion fair value gap was, you know, it rejected one time and then another time and then another time with this candle's big wick. Now, I want you to notice how each and every single of these rejections did not actually lead to a higher high. Even more, the second rejection, it actually took price a little higher into a bearish fair value gap that was created here during the 4 a.m. candle. So during the during the London kill zone. And then it had a nice rejection from that. If we move on to the 15 minutes chart, we're going to see an even better rejection from that fair value gap here, the 9 a.m. candle. Ooh, look at this thing go. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. So all I have to do right now is just wait. Yeah. So beautiful. Really, really nice. And look at how perfectly it hit June true open. I wonder if it's going to keep going lower. So 9:30 a.m. open from yesterday. I'm just going to remove that level because it's very close to June true open. And honestly, I don't think that yesterday's 9:30 open could ever be more important than June true open. So if we're gonna get like some sort of a reversal or something like that, it should happen from here. And then if it's just gonna keep moving lower with momentum, creating further imbalances, then that's really gonna be an obvious thing that the week might be actually drawn to the sell side liquidity at these relatively equal lows here, 32.47, something like that. Okay. Tomorrow there is FOMC meeting minutes on Forex Factory. Okay, thank you. What hour is that, Francis? Someone asking why June true open? It's July, because July true open hasn't happened yet. July true open, it's going to be on July 14th, and today it's July 8th. So it's going to be next Monday, July true open. True open, it's usually like a month's true open. It's usually the second Monday of a full week. It's actually the second Monday of the second full week during a month. And a full week is considered from Monday to Thursday. So if we look at the calendar here, we're going to see that July 1st was on a Tuesday. And so because a full week is considered from Monday to Thursday, it means that the first week of July, which started on a Tuesday, is actually not a full week. So the first full week of the month is this current week that we're currently in, and it started on the 7th. So the second full week of July is going to start next Monday on the 14th. And as a general rule, it's like every month's true open is still carrying some level of relevance, some level of importance. That's why you are going to see a lot of those levels marked here on my chart. Like for example, you can see here I have May true open marked, and I actually honestly I have all the true opens marked, all of them, all the true monthly opens from the beginning of the year. Oh my god, just look at wow, insane. So currently a 3R trade, and it already moved a lot. This is currently 150 pip move. Nice. This is SMT sell side. This little low here. So the low of the 9:30 a.m. candle from yesterday. And I'm going to zoom in so that you guys can see why I'm saying that. Because I want you to look at the 9 a.m. candle and then the 9:30 a.m. candle on gold. So 9:30 is lower than 9, okay? And here on silver, 9:30 was not lower than 9 a.m. Okay, so this is SMT sell side. And I'm really curious to see whether it's going to use that to pair it with smart money long orders. So for now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to adjust my chart a little bit with the markings here, because we've had different SMTs being created, you know, in the meantime. And obviously those are new levels of liquidity. So you can see here how on gold today, London's high was lower than this high here prior to the Asia session open. And on silver, it was not lower. On silver, London swept all that buy side liquidity above Asia session high. So that is another level of SMT buy side on both pairs, obviously. And the reason, like, you will always see me marking SMTs, like, to me, the most relevant SMT levels are going to be those that happen at daily highs and lows, or between daily highs and lows, at or between session highs and lows, like kill zones, and around relevant hours during the day, like for example 12-minute open, 9:30 a.m. open, also 8:30 a.m. open, because that's usually like 8:30 a.m. because that's usually when the major high impact news are gonna, you know, make waves, and that's where a lot of the manipulations can happen. And usually, if that's going to be the case, then we are going to see some form of SMT being created. So that's obviously that obviously means that there is you know, liquidity over there. So that's the reason why I'm marking these. Okay, great. Yes, guys, you can type W's. Perfect. All right, so you guys, you are having a debate in the chat about what hour the true month open happens. I've been using it at I've been using it at 12 midnight open. So 12 midnight opening price of the second Monday of every full, second Monday of the second full week of the month. And again, a full week is from Monday to Tuesday. So if the month started with the first of the month on a Tuesday, from Monday to Thursday is considered a full week. So for example, if the month started on the first and it was a Tuesday, then you don't consider that week to be a full week. You just disregard that week. So then you're gonna need another week and then another week to pass, right? So that you actually know what is the true open of that month. For example, if the first of the month starts on, on Sunday, okay, if the first of the month is on a Sunday, and then the second of the month is on a Monday, then obviously you're going to consider that Monday as being the first Monday of the first full week of that month. And then the second Monday of that month is going to be the month's true open. Okay, so I usually use 12 midnight open, not 6 p.m. open. Okay. Hey Alex, at what point did you decide it was time to leave the 9 to 5 and be a day trader? Oh, I really wish I had the chance to decide that it's time for me to leave my 9 to 5, because I was actually kicked out of my job. I got fired, and I talk about this in every podcast that I've been invited to. You guys can actually write on YouTube like True Lera or RBV Forex podcast. I've been to Trading Nut, I've been to Words of Wisdom, I've been to Signature FX, I've been to Risk Reward Radio. I don't remember. I think that's all. I think those are all the podcasts that I've been invited to. I'm not really sure. So bottom line is that I do talk about my story there. So I wish that I had, actually, you know what? I don't wish that I had the chance to decide on my own when it's time to quit my 9 to 5 and be a day trader, because I think that I would have never had the guts, the courage to quit my 9 to 5 to become a full-time trader. So yeah. It just happened. I got fired, and the reason why I got fired is because at that moment I was like a team leader, like some sort of a manager. I was managing a team, and my job was to manage a team, and I stopped managing the team, and that actually was affecting the team's results. And yeah, and the reason why I was not managing the team that well anymore, and the results started to, become less good, it's because I was trading all the time. I was so into trading. I was, not really trading, but learning a lot, learning, backtesting, looking at the charts, watching price action, and I did that I think 2/3 of my time at the office. I was doing this, and it was really showing in my team's results. Wow, so this is 180 plus pip move. Absolutely beautiful move here. What influenced your decision, and how did you know you were ready for that bold step? Well, yeah, like I said, I didn't know. I was forced to take that bold step. And yeah, just looking back right now, I don't think I wish that I had a choice at that point, because, usually the best thing happen when you are forced to do them. If you don't take, if you don't take that leap of faith on your own, the universe will eventually force you to do it. Yeah, and it happened with me. It was great. I'm so grateful that that happened to me. So yeah. How did you do the backtesting? Did you go through a week of price action or a month? Did you journal trades to know the numbers afterwards? No. When I said that I was doing backtesting, like I had no idea. Like I was printing candle after candle. I remember I was using MT4 and it was a software FX. That's how it was called. A backtesting software. I was not actually backtesting. I was just doing guesswork, I think, because obviously there was no trading strategy that I could backtest because I didn't have any trading strategy that I could backtest. Because like I said, I was still learning. I was still trying to understand things. I was still trying to grasp things. And I would just print candle by candle, candle by candle, and, you know, see if I can figure out what the price wants to do next. See, like my main purpose was to just stare at the charts, printing candle after candle, hoping, trusting that my brain and my eyes are going to see something and then see it again and then see it again and then see it again, and then it's going to eventually recognize and give me that sort of aha moment that, wait, because this is already repeating. I've seen this before. So that's what I was hoping to achieve, you know. It wasn't really like a backtesting, even though, yes, I was opening trades in that backtesting software, but my results were always nasty. Like I always ended up blowing accounts in that simulation environment, whatever. But it really helped me because I was just looking at, you know, I was fast forwarding days and weeks and months of price action in a short amount of time while I was at the office. And that really helped me to, you know, expose my brain and my eyes and obviously my understanding to a lot of price action, something that you can't really do if you just demo trade, or if you just paper trade, or if you just tape read. You know, it's really important to be able to tape read, to, you know, to be able to understand that, or see, prove to yourself that you do have the ability to spot price moves as they are about to happen, and really make sure that you can keep yourself in line with patience, with waiting and all of that. Obviously, in a simulated environment where you get to control how fast candles are printed, you don't get to experience any sort of patience whatsoever. But I think that the most important part where it really helped me doing this backtesting without actually knowing what I'm looking for is that it really helped me pick up on a setup that would just repeat one time, two times, three times, enough times till I eventually said, wait a minute, I think this resembles with something that I've seen, like, I don't know, 10 minutes ago when I was backtesting, I don't know, let's say the price action from the previous week or something like that. And yeah, then eventually your brain and your eyes pick up on a repeatable pattern, and then you just memorize it. And it's exactly how these guys say, once you see it, you can never unsee it again. Yeah. Does trading become boring when you are consistent? It really depends what you understand through boring. Ooh, look at this. Wow, nice. So for now, it's a plus 200 pip move. Let's see if we can actually take this thing to yesterday's low. Wow, this is really beautiful. Like, you guys, on this trade that I took, so I took a one lot, right? And I've closed 90% of it when I was, I think 75 pips in profit. So I've opened 33.80 and I've closed 90% of it, 33.15.10. So that was like, no, 80 something pips. And I've made almost $800 on that. Right now, a 10% runner is running at $220 in profit. So it's like a quarter of my initial trade, That's why it's very important to leave a runner. And I know maybe you guys are going to say, well, didn't you wish that you left a the whole trade run? Obviously, but like, what the heck? I made almost 2% on this trade. Why wouldn't I take some profit off? Like $800, nobody gives you $800 in a few minutes. Like, I opened the trade at 9:35, 9:36, and closed it at 10 a.m. So it was how much? 25 minutes? Who gives you $800 in 25 minutes? Like, nobody. Anyway, so what was I talking about? If trading becomes boring when you're consistent, it doesn't become boring. But like I said, I really think that it really depends on what you understand through it being boring. You are less stressed. That's a thing. So if by having to deal with less stress, you define this as being boring, I think it's a wrong. Approach. The reason why my brand is called RBV Forex is because I've always wanted to trade from a relaxed state of mind. RBV means relaxed. It comes from relax. Like trade relaxed, like the foreign markets, right? BV comes from Bursa Valutară, which is basically how you say the foreign exchange market in my native language, which is Romanian. So trading never becomes boring. Boring to me is like, my definition of something boring is something that does not attract you. Okay? Like, think about it like this. Whenever you say, oh, I'm bored, I want to do something, it's like, do you want to stay in that state of being bored a lot of time? No. Usually when we feel bored, when things are boring, we want to stay away from them, right? We want to do something. We want to get out of that boring state. So saying that trading becomes boring, or that you need to make trading boring, it's like telling your subconscious mind, hey, please make sure that you will not like to trade anymore. Please make sure that trading will become unpleasant, so that it thus then become boring. So I think it's a trap. Trading does not become boring, and it should never become boring. It should never be your purpose for trading to become boring. So what you should aim for is that you should make your trading be less stressful. And something which is less stressful is not the same with something which is boring. Okay, something boring is never something pleasant. So the moment when you feel that you are bored, it's the moment when you should stop trading. You should you should quit trading, because it means you don't like it anymore. It means you want to do something else. Okay? So yeah. Also, I love trading. So trading will never be boring to me. Never. Especially when you become consistently profitable. Especially then. And you will never become consistently profitable. You will never find consistency in your trading journey if your purpose is to make trading boring. If you have been lied to, if you have been caught in the trap that you hear on social media by a lot of big influencers, I'm talking ICT, I'm talking Raja Banks, I'm talking Umar Ashraf from TradeZella, I'm talking Khaled from Funding Pips, I'm talking like all these big names from the trading space, whether they're real traders showing real results with real businesses that revolve around trading, like, I don't know, brokerage firms or, journaling apps or, futures prop firms or CFD prop firms or whatever, okay? Even if they're real, legit people, or if they're just trading influencers that they seem to be showing off their results, but you're not really sure if it's their real results, but somehow they do, showcase that flashy trader lifestyle, but they do sell a lot of boot camps and a lot of courses, and that seems to be their only business around trading, just selling a course. And you don't really know, like, anyway, you get my point, okay? So it doesn't matter. Usually, all the names, the big names in the trading industry, I've heard them say at least one time that trading needs to become boring to you. If you fell in that trap and somehow you've told yourself, oh, I need to make trading boring for myself. If somehow you had that thought, if somehow you allowed your mind to be impressed by that statement that trading needs to become boring, please, I beg you, take that back. Please understand that the definition of something which is boring is that you do not like that thing. Everything which seems boring to you, you will want to move away from it because it is not pleasant. You're not doing it out of pleasure. You're not doing it out of joy. You're not doing it because you love it. You want to move away from it. Okay? You want to do something else. You'd rather do anything else than keep doing the thing that is boring. So please, if you told yourself this stupid lie, if you did not realize that wanting trading to be boring is a bad thing, and you've somehow implemented it in your mind that, oh, I need to make trading boring, otherwise it's never going to work. No, it's the other way around. You should never feel that trading is boring, because that's the only way in which you will continue to do it with joy, regardless of the result. To do it with pleasure, regardless of the result. That's the only thing that will keep you going. The moment you really feel bored, you know what? I'm really tired of this. I got bored, so I'm just going to quit trading. That's the moment when what you told yourself oh, I want to make trading boring because otherwise it's not going to work. That's the moment when your prophecy will be self-fulfilled, and contrary to your expectation, that's actually the moment when you will quit trading, and obviously you will never make it. Rather than telling your mind that trading should feel boring, rather tell your mind that you need to reach a level where trading becomes less stressful. It will never be stress-free, okay? And you don't want it to be stress-free because it's the same as making it boring, okay? The moment it becomes stress-free, you do not feel any interest towards it whatsoever. Well, you know, I don't have any friction making me just want to move a little forward, want to push my limits a little more. So then you're just going to feel unmotivated. So you want a certain level of stress, okay? Because you do want to make sure that you are always keeping in line with your rules, that you're always keeping in line with your mindset and all of that, okay? And we do need a little bit of stress in our lives, but an enough quantity that it doesn't, you know, make our mind go wacko. So aim for trading to become less stressful. Never aim for trading to become boring. Never. Not there. Do you have a particular strategy for passing challenges? Do you have a fixed risk per trade when passing one? I do. I usually risk 1% per trade, maximum 2% per day. So 1% per trade at a maximum of 2% per day risk means that I will take 1 or 2 trades a day. And I'm usually aiming for 2R risk to reward ratio. This is for passing, this is for becoming funding, this is for anything else. Now, what I've been doing lately is I've been watching someone on Instagram, Prop Firm Kid. I think you guys have heard about him. And if you haven't, just by all means, I really encourage you to go on his Instagram profile because he really has some cool stuff over there. He even made like a challenge with the chicken where the chicken was taking trades and the chicken actually became funded. I don't know if he actually got a payout from that funded account, you know, passed by his chicken, but whatever. It was crazy. It was really hilarious. You should really go and watch, check him out on Instagram. What I've heard about him from him recently is that he usually does not have like a very conservative approach to passing challenges. He's more aggressive when passing challenges, risking a little more because he doesn't want to stay stuck in the challenge phases. Because, you know, you can take a win today and then tomorrow you can take a loss and you could have like a losing streak or something like that could actually just, really make the advancement into the challenge phases, into becoming funded. It could actually delay that. And he was saying at one point that he doesn't play it really safe when he's trying to pass an account, a challenge, and then and that he usually risks a little more aggressive, like 2% per trade, and he usually takes 1 trade per day. So I'm thinking 2%, sometimes even 3%, I've noticed. And sometimes I've noticed that he also has like a negative risk reward ratio. So probably that's when his oh my God, we're getting ready to sweep yesterday's low. Wow, crazy. So yeah, that's probably when he risks even more, right? Because if he's aiming for, I don't know, 2% profit and he had a negative risk to reward ratio, then obviously his stop loss was bigger than 2%. So I'm really considering doing that myself, because it really makes sense. Like, why would you want to spend so much time in the challenge phase and you wouldn't actually just want to pass the challenge faster, even if that means risking more? But the whole point, the whole idea is probably just to make sure that you're going through the challenge phases a lot faster. So for now, I usually risk 1% per trade or 2% per day. Yeah. Let's see. If I want to go long for a short time, which level should I keep eye on? The second thing is, what are you looking for, waiting for now? Well, right now I'm not looking for anything else. I'm not waiting for anything else, Actually, you know what? I was thinking about taking my runner off. And I might actually do that. Yeah, let's just close my runner. Okay, so I've closed my runner. Close my runner with $230 profit. So it was in total 230 pip move. So I'm not waiting for anything at this point, because I don't intend to enter another trade, obviously. And if you would like to go short, go long for a short time, why would you want to go long? I mean, why would you want to go long? The market's heavy bearish. You should stay away from long trades. Like, if you do want to take any long trade, obviously, maybe you want to consider waiting for price to sweep yesterday's low, or like I said a little earlier, consider maybe a rejection after, sweeping the bodies of the candles over here, which it already did. So, just go on the 5 minutes chart, make sure that you're looking at some sort of a divergence. So for now, we could say that price on gold did go under the low of the London session from yesterday, not London, New York, and silver didn't. So there is some level of divergence over here. And then you could just wait for a bullish fair value gap on the 5 minutes, a retest of that, and then a rejection off of it and take it long. But that would not be a trade. Like, you would have to wait for that to happen, and it's probably going to happen after 11:30, and it's already getting very close to lunch break, and the volume is going to decrease. So you don't want to be in a trade or in the markets looking for trades when you're outside volume hours. So it just wouldn't make any sense. If you've missed a trade, don't worry, you're going to get another chance. Okay, no, it doesn't make sense for you to it doesn't make sense for you to look for to force a setup or something like that, just because you feel the urge to make up for the missed opportunity. Also, another thing that you guys can do is, just whenever you miss a trade, whenever you miss a move, and like the majority of the move already happened, first of all, make sure that you are still inside volume hours. So for those of you who don't know what volume hours is, you can go to Raja Bank's channel. And if you just don't want to look that up, I can just go ahead and tell you really fast. Like, so usually volume hours is going to be pre-London, so that's from 1 to 3 a.m. And then you're going to have London session from 3 to 5 a.m. So you could just generally say that from 1 to 5 a.m. New York time, there's going to be pre-London and London volume. And then you're going to have like a half an hour break or a 1 hour break. And then starting from 5:30 to 6 a.m. New York time, all the way up into 11:30, maybe even 12 p.m. New York, you're going to have another batch of volume hours, which is just going to be the volume from pre-New York, so pre-New York, New York open, and London close. So there's going to be a lot of volume during these hours. So what you can do if you've missed the majority of the move is go on a 30 minutes chart, just have Raja Bank's approach, honestly. It doesn't matter if you're like an ICT trader. Just take Raja Bank's approach. The market is heavily bearish, no doubt about that. So what you can do right now is just wait for price to make a pullback, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, bullish candles. And then as it forms the pullback, wait for a resistance level to form, right? That's how he says. And honestly, it works like a charm. So just imagine that these are like bullish candles. Let me just undo this. Tell me I don't need nobody. Okay, so just imagine these are like bullish candles. Okay, and you're just waiting price to retrace. You don't know up until where it's going to retrace. Obviously, you're not taking any bullish trade at this point because why would you? You're in a bearish market, right? So what you want to do is then you want to wait for price to form some level of resistance. Okay, so a resistance is basically going to be a bearish candle that's going to form preferably on a 30-minute time frame. Okay, so once that level of resistance forms on the 30 minutes preferably, then you're going to wait for a price to open the next candle. So it's going to have an open. Okay, then you're going to wait for price to go up, create a wick, a top wick, and then as it comes back down to the opening price and turns into a bearish candle and breaks the low of the previous candle, which formed your resistance, then you can enter a short trade and you can have your stop loss placed above the confirmation candle, above the candle that created the resistance, which would be this candle. And then you're basically having the expectation that price will continue to move down up until it's going to break the last support that it formed, which is here. I know it's not in alignment with us ICT traders. All these words, support, resistance, bullish candle, bearish candle, whatever, la. Fuck, really? I don't care what words I use, what terms I use in trading, as long as I understand what the heck I'm doing. Okay? I don't care if it's supply and demand, support and resistance, order block, smart money, algorithm, enigma, whatever you want to call it. I don't care. Okay? Like, would you make friends with someone just because their name is Andrew, but deep down they're a jerk? No. Like, when you decide to become friends with someone, would you do it solely on the basis of their name? Oh, I like your name, so therefore I want to be your friend. Oh, you know what? I don't like your name, so I don't want to be your friend, even though we have a good time together, but I just don't like your name, so fuck off. No, that's never going to happen. So then why the heck did we fell for this crap? Honestly, I don't understand. We have been, we have been looking and watching all these gurus on Twitter, whatever, X, on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, everywhere, on social media. We have been cheering up for whenever trading influencers were bashing each other's terms. Oh, you're saying it's supply and demand. No, it's actually the algorithm. Oh, what kind of algorithm are you talking, buddy? Because it's actually, I don't know, buying and selling pressure. Who cares? Really, who cares? All I care about is to do something I like and make money off of it. Because I like trading. I like the activity itself of watching price action analyzing, interpreting price action. This is what you have to fall in love with. The activity of being a technical analyst, the quote unquote job description of being a technical analyst, that's what you have to fall in love with. Not the potential of making money, not that, okay? That's gonna be just an effect. But the cause of you getting the effect is gonna be you really falling in love with doing this. And it's absolutely paramount that you fall in love with the activity, with whatever it requires to get the skills, get the knowledge, apply it, analyze, try, open trades, fail, buy accounts, fail, buy accounts, pass, make payout, fail. It is absolutely required that you fall in love with this whole process, because otherwise, sooner or later, you will get bored of it. You will not feel any sort of pleasure in doing it anymore. It will become too stressful. Of course, there's also the option in which us as human beings, we have gotten used to a stressful life so much that we will keep trading in a reckless way just to make sure that we keep entertaining those chemicals in our brains, those hormones of stress that we have become so addicted to without even knowing. Because, we get a lot of stress because there's a lot of pollution outside. Oh my God, the air is poisoned because of all these cars. Oh my God, Trump said that. I feel stressed. Oh my God, there are a lot of holes in the street and I've just ruined my car and I have to pay a lot of money to take it to the car repair shop. A lot of stress. I'm having a lot of arguments with my colleagues, a lot of stress. I don't know what to eat today. I don't know what to dress today. I don't know, I need to go to the dentist. I have a toothache. Oh my God, I'm so stressed. I don't know what movie to watch today. I feel so stressed. Where could I scrape up some money to pay my lousy bills? I feel so stressed. So we have just gotten used to so much stress in our lives that it might actually be the case of majority of failing traders out there, that you people have gotten so used to a stressful life that the only reason why you do not succeed in trading is because that would mean that all this stress that you have become so used to and you have become so dependent on, so addicted to actually, would actually just fade away. And then what happens to an addict when you take away the substance of their addiction? They go crazy. They go crazy. So there is a big chance that somewhere deep down your subconscious mind, you have gotten so used to the stress hormones that you don't even realize that this addiction, this invisible, undetectable, but very real addiction to stress is what keeps you away from doing what you know that you should be doing with your trading, from following your trading plan, from following a strict risk management, from managing risk, from making sure that you're going to be consistently trading the same strategy, that you're not going to become a hop on, hop off, type of person with mentors, with strategies, with trading pairs, with lot sizes, with prop firms, with all of that stuff. There could be there is a big chance that you guys, that you know, stress has become such an integrated part of our lives that we don't even realize how addicted we are to the chemicals of stress, the chemicals that our brains release when we feel stressed. Yeah. Wow, I've been ranting for quite some time. Have I not? I'm turning into a little ICT girl. Oh my god. Okay, guys, so let's see the result of today's live stream. Is not the result of today's live stream, but the result of today's poll. 43% of you voted that I should trade a small account with my own funds, and 57% of you voted that I should trade a prop firm account and take it to the first payout. I don't remember what yesterday's result was, but I'm just gonna go there really quick and tell you guys what that was. Just give me a second. Let's see. Tell me I don't need nobody. Oh my god, I can't get access to yesterday's poll. Really? That's so lame. Why? Why? I definitely remember that most of you yesterday have voted that, like, the same thing, that I should trade a prop account and take it to first payout. But I don't have the actual percentages, so I'm just gonna start, you know, collecting these, because obviously I don't want them to be lost, because at the end of the week we are gonna see what you guys have chosen. So today's poll is gonna end up with 44% of you voted trade small account with own funds, 56% voted trade prop account and take it to first payout. Okay, so just took a screenshot of this, and with that being said, what do you think is gonna happen? What do you think is gonna happen? The live stream will end. All right, you guys, so it's been a pleasure again. Yeah, you guys like me ranting. Good rant. I like your rant. Thanks a lot for your feedback. Thank you for sharing. It is enlightening. It is good talking to psychological part in trading. Okay, so you guys like hearing me rant. What a surprise. I really was not expecting that, but I guess that, yeah, we're going to see more of that in the following live streams. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you. Make sure to give the live stream a thumbs up if you found it insightful, helpful, you know, engaging, whatever. And I'll talk to you tomorrow.